guests, and all educators joining us today. I'm truly delighted to welcome you all for today's program, Spread the Word, organized by IEEE Sri Lanka Section Student Activities Committee. Spread the Word is the event that was selected for the IEEE Region 10 MDC project funding, and now all set to witness the course of spreading the word on IEEE member benefits all around the island. I heartily welcome you all to join us throughout the session because we have a lot more in store for you today. So stay with us till the end to find out what those are, and most importantly, get inspired. IEEE. IEEE brings you a variety of benefits, activities, and events to have a blast with a lot more. As IEEEans, as well as non-IEEEans, joining us today, we have an amazing person to tell you all about IEEE. To start off with today's proceedings, with an informative introduction towards IEEE, let me introduce to you our first speaker of the evening. She's the current chairperson of IEEE Sri Lanka section, as well as the immediate past chairwoman of IEEE Women in Engineering Sri Lanka section. Being a highly skilled person who specializes in telecommunication engineering, 2D and 3D video coding, and transmission, she serves as a senior lecturer of the Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering at the University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka. Please welcome Dr. Maheshi Dissanayake with a virtual round of applause on Spotlight. Dr. Maheshi, the spotlight is all yours to address the gathering.
Can you hear me now? Sorry, Pavani, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Maheshi.
All right. Let me share the screen. So hope this all right. Enough for that introduction. First of all, I'm section, and today I'm going to intro the workshop. So this is recognized by the art team. So it's for the Sri Lanka section to host an art event. Now, first, what is IEEE? Why you should become a member. So IEEE itself is a knowledge hub, as a place where you can gain knowledge, and then as a community, a larger network, as well as a profession. So you join IEEE because of you like to work with the people. community technical knowledge, you can stay college and continue to advance your career by being knowledgeable, maybe come through magazines, the magazines for them are free how to pay, but still it gives you access to knowledge.
Excuse me, Dr. Maheshi. Sorry to interrupt you. Your internet connection is not stable and we can't see your screen.
Maybe if you stop the video, that might.
Yeah, now it's visible.
So in terms of benefits, technical knowledge, the other benefits are like resources and the recognitions. We have my IEEE, you have the IEEE test, and once to complete certain level, like 10 years with a member, and further do a lot of work at IEEE for your confusion. So these are the member elevations present with it. You have IEEE collab. Wherever you go, you share the same interest in the sense working in the field of engineering and disciplines of IEEE. There are member discounts, special and book discounts, ebooks. Some ebooks are free, some journals are free for you. And then charter, conference proceedings are there, and then the standard, if it's IEEE standard, the society memberships, all these things are there for the members. Ahead, the members human try to switch to a different network. Okay, so volunteering is there. Like to work in the same programs, something like you can contribute, so you can work with the society and you can help your knowledge to give back to the society. Now, these are the general benefits to join IEEE. And if you talk to anybody in IEEE, or even if you so let's go little. What exactly can you get by joining? Describe it, which are listed. So the connection issue, handling it, Pavina. That you clear?
Yeah, can hear. There's a small lag, but it seems to be manageable.
Somebody messaged me saying it's not clear.
Yeah, it's dropping off sometimes, but manageable.
Okay, all right. So what you really, yeah, manageable. All right. Okay. So what you can get from being IEEE member, every one of you who are student members, you know, it's a myth that's saying university degree alone will get you a good job. So if you really want to go to the industry, and even in academia, if you want to get recruited, you need a little bit more than the degree. So IEEE is there. especially for student bodies, student community is extra skills. We call as soft skills and hard skills. How it is going to help you think about volunteering. Now, most of the people in the expo, they are volunteers, and most of the people in this expo, yes. So why? Because they, so for the passion in their volunteer, instead they gain the fulfill knowledge, sport, skill. Now, volunteering, that's what volunteering looks like. 0.5, they believe volunteering will create a positive effect. Then they feel happy to volunteer with people. And again, not a skill, but all, once we retire from volunteer, it is good. Just look back and feel so happy we have done something in society. So this is the opportunity provided by IEEE. And it's unique because every one of us who volunteer with IEEE that to serve the society. And we all come from a background. We are engineers, related to computer engineering, computer science discipline. Now, the other option, we don't take membership and do nothing. Then you are simply wasting your money. So if you pay events, so maybe it's fun for us. This will give you an challenge from UK, US, to use this connection to different, more reliable, more resilient research outcome. So if you get the discounts to attend to this, actually they're free. Know what is the such
I think we lost Dr. Maheshi due to her unstable internet connection. So I think we need to move on. So IEEE is the platform for you to build up yourself, a place to network with people and whatnot. May I now invite the Membership Development Chair of IEEE Sri Lanka section to provide you with some insight into the ongoing. Is she back?
Yeah, I think I dropped at the middle, but it's okay. So
Yeah,
continue.
Okay, ma'am, you can continue with the session.
All right, I'll just wrap it up. Was at the very last slide. I was saying, stories of IEEE volunteers and join actually for the membership contribute, get some more from that by taking part in conferences or okay. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maheshi, for that insightful introduction despite the technical difficulties. So please accept this digital token of appreciation for your valuable time sparing with us.
Thank you, Pavani. And thank you.
IEEE. Thank you, Dr. Maheshi, once again. So IEEE is the platform for you to build up yourself and a place to network with people and whatnot. May I now invite the Membership Development Chair of IEEE Sri Lanka section to provide you with some insight into the ongoing procedures of IEEE Sri Lanka section in terms of membership development. He has been a senior member of IEEE since 2017 and has served in various capacities in various organizations and committees. Currently, he is serving as the professor in computer science and also the head of the department at the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka. Please welcome Professor S. Vasantapriyan with a virtual round of applause on Spotlight. Over to you, Professor Vasantapriyan.
So, am I audible for you?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So can I see, you all can see my screen as well?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So good evening.
Okay, now it's fine.
It's visible, right? Yeah.
It was
Okay.
full screen, now it's fine.
Now fine, right? Thanks, Damika. So good evening, Mr. Dr. Maheshi and other colleagues from IEEE Sri Lanka section, and also the new members who are seeking to join, and as well as people who are here as IEEE members in different capacities. So I welcome you all for this a very nice event initiated by this student activity, as well as committee, as well as from IEEE Sri Lanka section support. So as a membership development, so I made this slide today. I got this slide even from this template even from IEEE, because I want to see that I am almost IEEE in this presentation, right? I should support IEEE and I should show how IEEE I am benefited from IEEE and how you all will be benefiting from IEEE, right? Basically, myself is already introduced. So I was actually working. This is my 4th year. I'm in this committee in Sri Lanka section, and all 4 years I was taking this position as membership development chair in this role, as a role, and we did different capacity of activities with the support of student activity committee and other relevant parties, especially women in engineering and all these. Um, Affinity groups, supporting different kind of student branches in different capacities, and we did really a good job. So I'll just briefly explain some of these things for the new people are here today, right? Almost Dr. Mashi has given a very nice brief introduction. So I have just highlighted it because I don't want to take much time. So I just quickly highlighted it using my pen after listening to Dr. Maheshi's presentation. So you can see driven by volunteers. Now I have my own job actually in my university. I'm working here, and everybody here in the committees and things also, even maybe everybody is having their own job, but we all are here as volunteers. We don't expect anything from to our pocket from this work. So we all are volunteers. Even the organization itself, I just highlighted quickly in the left side. You can see here, sorry, not for profit, technical professional organization. You can see that word called technical professional organization. And you see the member rate now all over the world, 423,000. It's almost a huge number, right? In around 160 countries all over the world. It is recent. Today, I just quickly visit this uh, um, site and got the update of this because I want to show how people are connected, right? So here you can see in this slide, I just mentioned it. Sorry. They provide educational resources, furnishes career guidance, hosts local technical professional education and social activities, leads the way in standards development, right? So these are some of these core activities, what I just mentioned from the, just directly from the membership development bulletin, or maybe from the website, even you can see this, right? Basically, I just say something, what you get at last, right? As a volunteer, I said we all are volunteers here, right? So I can see my maybe junior members are here, just graduated or graduate people, students level members are here who are working in different roles. They can, I mean, I'm sure that in the later sessions, they may give some examples of their achievements, how they did their roles in the so far in through IEEE. Especially it's a you know, people there are even today this event, just imagine a few number of graduates or maybe undergraduates who are in the IEEE student membership or maybe graduate membership people. They have planned the meetings, events, chairing a committee, right? So you get a lot of experience, you get a lot of knowledge. Even you able to use this knowledge for your certain career in your own career. Evaluate and award candidates. I can remember these Congress, while Congress is happening, a committee is going to evaluate the awards. The young team is going to evaluate, not like a senior members like academia, like us. Even there may be 1 or 2 members, but mostly the leaders are from young members. Mentoring students. Now you may see the activities happening in Sri Lanka section, even through, we will come to that later. So mentoring students, you guide students. I even little while ago, I got an email from the student activity, some email regarding projects and so on. Work with finances. Of course, now you get something with dollars, not in rupees, dollars, projects, right? So you try to budget yourself. You learn something related to project management, right? And newsletters, of course, you write letter kind of articles, maybe write something on these things, working on newsletters, as well as even creating a maintaining a website. So a lot of knowledge. I mean, these are very simple thing. I mean, you get expertise yourself on these kind of things. So you see this in the left side is a resource. You learn from people, you learn from others. It's a catalyst for a technical, technological innovation. Finally, you see there is a huge innovation coming inside you. I experienced this last when I joined IEEE. I just joined. to see. I attend the first AGM, I attend the first few activities. Then I realized one day, as a senior member in my university, I tried to invite some group of students, and I tried to start advising them to let's go and have a student chapter there. Then we try to find a student chapter, form a student chapter. So those students are now even in many forums. I mean, there are many popular students in the. There were students even now also, I guess, the same. So everywhere the same thing. So you get a lot of exposure. You expertise yourself while you are here, right? So I'm sure there is a real. I'm personally giving a good guarantee on today that how you will be one day, right? So just briefly about the Sri Lanka section, because some of you are here new. So it's like 2003, like almost nearly 20 years now. So some of the academic staffs from Peradeniya and also with the support of other members from the University of Maratua, they try to put the petition and got this IEEE Sri Lanka section. Now it's almost 20 years. Just imagine, right? How a revolution has made to come to this level, right? A lot of things have been changed. I'm just following last 8, 9 years, 10 years like that, right? More kind of like. Right? So see this IEEE Sri Lanka section. I think you can visit our website as well as the social media page. Mostly people like to follow the social media page. It's easy for you. So I have given the link as well here. So you can see our Sri Lanka section, how we are doing all the activities. So every day when I wake up in the morning, I see some kind of a notification is there. I see some kind of activities happening. A different, I mean, not exactly from section, maybe related to section, or maybe some other volunteer activities happen. All are volunteers, all are volunteer activities. A small budget may be supported by the main section or some kind of a subsections. That's it. Right? Mostly depend on these things. So if you look at the membership status, actually, I can still remember 2 years ago, I did a small presentation in an AGM in Vaunia campus in 2019. It's around 6th of June or something. So I had that statistics while I was doing that presentation as a membership development chair of this section. I did a membership presentation. So I saw the how these have the statistics of the members at that time and now. So I just see the IEEE fellow is only one and only our sir is there. Professor Janaka is there from Peradeniya. IEEE senior member, 47. Now it's become 66. Now I mean, just 2 days before I finalized, when I was checking the data. IEEE members, you just see 68 to 80. There is a professional membership. And graduate membership also, you see that there's a growth. Because of this, 2020 was our bad year for all of us. So not much happened. People are a little bit isolated. Now we are adapted to this COVID pandemic. So now we are back to things. Right? The student membership just see a very nice growth, because students are being there now. Everybody is trying to connect. So just see in last year how these 2 years, how there's a huge growth in this student membership. That means a lot of students from all these universities try to join IEEE for their profession. They have understood that there's a valid to join IEEE and get themselves expertised in different skills. I believe that has happened. And I just want to show something in monthly wise. It's really interesting. I see this July 21st, 2020, this month, and I just see June 21. So you can see how these members have been changed all of a sudden. See the students, even you got student membership, even you have seen the last graph in this one. There is even you can see a small scale difference is there within a month. So the people are joining. I mean, I like to see that people are joining here. So you can see this. Maybe I can use the pen, right? So you can see that as a growth. Even you can see the professional professional members, there's a growth. I just compare the last year July, but there was that pandemic time, people were a little bit worried. Students were not joining because there was a big fall. happened here, because there were some people couldn't continue the membership, I assure, because the last year is a bad year for all of us. But still, you can see a very the retention, the rate is very strong now. We can prove like this year is going to be a very strong year. Coming months are going to be a very strong resource, because I'm checking that this month and the last month. So there's a huge growth is happening, right? So I believe that people have understood now. Well, again, once again, IEEE is a very nice platform where they can come and do their skills. I mean, they can learn their skills, or maybe they can expertise even, or they can share their skills with others or colleagues from different universities or with different people. I just show you something here from the system, but we see sometimes we see a lot of females are coming up now, so gender-based. Just want to show you. There's nothing called male is high, female is high, but still I see people, because if the party applicant is not filling the gender, then it becomes kind of a extra when you're extracting. Maybe there's a small person, maybe either female or male, because when if you don't feel that when you're filling your profile, it may be that kind of a person, people they couldn't feel it. Maybe in future people may update their profiles with the gender also. So you can see a huge number of female participation also there, because now the growth of women in engineering chapters in all of the universities may give a good raise on this. I hope, we believe that the female participants will be more on in this IEEE Sri Lanka section in future, for sure. So it's a very nice thing, and thing where I can see that both gender are going to be with a good percentage in future, right? And also now people ask now whether if I join this IEEE, when what is going to be and what will happen. See, you can see, I just took it from my analytics today. I just a little while ago I took these things. See the people from different professions. So see, right? A very nice growth is there for computing and professional, especially from people who graduate from different profiles, how they are working on, right? So you can see a very huge growth on different specialties, right? So just imagine, you don't need all 800 people. Now see, for example, now if you look at the power and energy, you see around 275 people are there. You don't need all 275 to network actually. If you can find at least 5 people to network, that is enough for your life sometimes. You may find the best people in the country. For example, now Professor Janaka, Senior Professor Janaka Kanaka is here. So he's a very famous person in power energy. Dr. Mahesh is from power energy, right? So if you meet them and talk with them related to those things, you may get a lot of knowledge. They try to help you, definitely, of course, right? They're very innocent and very pleasant people to share their knowledge in that field. I'm just telling some examples, right? So they're different people are here. See, now different people, there is not like only just designated to one field. So you can see a varies of field are here. So you can try to find these people and you can try to network with these people. So that will give you a good networking, and you can enhance yourself in the field for sure. Okay. Then I just go back to want to just to show you some of these interests. Now people have different interests on this IEEE. So we had to go and we had to join and we had to subscribe, and a lot of problems among the students. And so I just try to find out, summarize the chapters and societies available under the Sri Lanka section. So you can see most of these, you can definitely, you will fall on one of these societies, of course. You have these engineering medicine, biological society, industrial automation, and micro and theory, the power and energy here. There's the one society. It's very popular around the people. Robotics is there now. People are talking about robotics and things. Then you have computer society, which for you can take all the other things here. Right? Communication society is there. People are talking. So you can just go through these profiles. If you can visit this industrial electronics society, so people who are interested in electronics and things. Yeah, so you can meet different people in these societies. Not only this, I just go through the other affinity groups. Now we can see these affinity groups are here. Sorry, I think this Power and Electronic Society came again, I think, because I missed one thing here. So it should be in the previous slide. Power and Electronic Society also there. And you have these affinity groups. Actually, affinity group starts from here. So you can see WI is there. Now that's what I say, the growth of WI, the when now active participation of WI among the university in the forming of WI chapters inside the universities, even our university. Very recently we got these WI chapters. So then I can see a lot of female students are joining that society. So they feel like it's a good forum for them to join and work with different people, right? With different networking with other group of people as well. Then we have these young professionals. I was there actually sometimes back, maybe like some very long years back. I was just a participant. I just followed up to these things, and even now I see a lot of. I actually attending some of these events virtually to see some of the technological, because even though I am a professor or something, it doesn't mean that I have everything with me. So I should learn. We should learn. We should network. We should get new people. We may need them for our career. Maybe we need them for things, right? So it's a good chance to join these forums and get into this network. And you see the IEEE site is there. So very recently, developed formed group, I think maybe a couple of years before, special in group of humanitarian technologies. So it's very famous actually. So you have, I mean, I'm sure all of you will fall on not one, more than one, two sometimes, right? So all these will give you a very nice, I mean, you will be enlightened with a lot of things, I'm sure, when you think about IEEE and joining IEEE and so on, right? And when we come to the student branches, I'm sure there are 24 or some student branches around. So you can see starting from all these universities from Peradeniya to Moratuwa, UCSC, Slate, Ruhunam, and almost all the universities here. And then in the other page also, almost all the universities are having its own student branches as well. So it's really nice. So you can see, I'm from this university, so how can I network? So you have your own student branch. So connect to your own student branch first, right? Then through the student branch, there are a lot of activities happening within the university, or from your student branch is going to be connected with the main sections, other affinity groups. So you just almost you are connected everywhere. It's just joining in one end. That's it. You just put your hand on the end, one end. Then you are almost networked. You will meet definitely a lot of people. Definitely. Right? Okay. And just to say why people join. Now I told you all these things, and then why you join IEEE. So that's what at the beginning, even Dr. Mahesh has clearly shown in her slides. So remaining technically correct. Of course, now we are talking now, for example, I'll tell you a very simple thing. When I learn something about programming language, if I say, for some technology, in my time it was something else. When I graduate, it was something else. When I was a lecturer, it's something. When I'm a professor, it's something else. Now I need to learn. I cannot. Now I'm talking to the future students. I'm talking the future community. So I should technically remain in curve. I should be a good sound person in that field. So I should be with the people. I should be with the forum. So this is a good place actually, right? It's a good place, right? Access to publications. Now I told you as a if you are subscribed to this IEEE, there are very nice way to some of these publications, especially some magazines, newsletters. They are freely, they will be inboxed in your email. Right? And also you can access to some of these publications in Explorer as well, but it's quite, you need to get some add some value to your membership, but still you are more accessible for some freely conferences as well, proceedings as well. Now you can see this COVID pandemic membership, because of the COVID pandemic related publications are almost free to access. So you need just the IEEE membership login. You just log in using IEEE member number, your login, I guess. So you can still access to those materials, because I'm almost having things, so I'm almost access. Even my institution has this. And the networking, the third one is networking. So I'm here today because of why? Because of IEEE, because of IEEE, right? Okay, good. Okay. Then also there are ways where you can think about special interest groups. I told you now about the conferences. Now, now I can tell you very simply. Many years before, I attended a conference the first time in my life. So I went there. I see a lot of people around. I see a lot of professors, a lot of expertise. I was just a small guy as a student, undergraduate student. I just sat in behind the last row as usual, and I was just watching the presentations throughout the day. And I just took some notes. I have a good habit actually taking some notes while I'm in the presentations. So I just observe. I observe all these things. Right? Then one day what happened? I tried to present a paper there. I know what to do there. So how I did it? I able to first I got the membership. I went there. I tried to write a paper. I present that paper in that. I did a good research. I presented it, right? So it's almost all these things came into my mind because of this networking. Today I have like 19 IEEE publications in my own publications are there, 19 IEEE papers, right? In more to come. I think it has to be indexed in future, so there are more to come, right? So it's really nice actually. So I just to show my own experience. I mean, there may be many people here having more experienced people may explain in future later on, right? So what you benefit, I told you. So you get a lot of news alerts, video contents, publications, books, opportunities to network. There are a lot of discounts as well. Yeah, you get discounts. Now, for example, if I say about the conferences, I see. Today now I was talking to in the evening. I was talking to one of my students to publish in a paper. Then I said, okay, there's a conference today. Then I show there's a 20% discount, 40% discount for students. So there's a lot of benefits. Even IEEE section, when we are evaluating the applications, we give discounts for conference. We always check whether IEEE, these conference organizers are giving discounts for IEEE members. That is our mandate actually. We check that always. And we can access to digital libraries with our discount. So I get a lot of benefits actually all these days, right? So all these are how if I'm not joining, I don't get anything. I will be just is that something called IEEE is there? Okay, like that I will go away. Right? So a lot of benefits I got through this. Using this name called IEEE, right? So I hope now, as a new freshers as you are, right? Many newcomers are here, so don't worry that it's your your intention. So what you have to do is you just think about your membership planning, and you can just see how you can benefit. But you have to plan yourself. It will not come to you. So you should plan yourself. You should actively engage with the community, IEEE community in Sri Lanka. So it definitely you will be benefited. And if I ask you the same question after 3 years, if you are not benefited, that means you are wrong somewhere, for sure. After 3 years, if I can ask the same question, if somebody is joining today, you should say, yes, I have benefited in this way, right? So definitely a lot of things will be happening. Even awards and scholarships. I think Mr. Dhammika is here, and there are many people. Mr. Pasan is here, I guess. They will tell about these awards and scholarships, how they benefited, how they benefited when they apply for awards and scholarships, and how they travel internationally, and when they meet international delegates in other countries. I think Dr. Mahesh also here. I think maybe she also can tell about these things. People are here. So how they are benefited. Always, so it's open for everybody. It's not only for IEEE score somebody. Everybody can apply actually for these things. So, but we have to follow the emails, follow the email threads, follow our pages. So it's always there's a good benefit for everything. Right? Okay, good. And especially career guidance, I mean, career opportunities and things, a lot of career fairs we are doing. So a lot of, I mean, definitely there's a very good benefit is happening, right? Okay, now when it comes to this membership cycle, normally this is the standard membership life cycle you can see here. So every year, the IEEE membership starts on September. right? So now it's almost July, so you can plan yourself. And then some of you who are not yet the IEEE members, you can still plan yourself, and you can still think about when to join. So you take some decision. Now it's almost the end of July, so you can talk to your, maybe sometimes you are not employed, or maybe you are still employed, so you need to find a kind of a $32, I guess, now for the whole 1 year membership. I maybe somebody can correct me later. So so if you can join this after September to this December period, right, you will be member for the next year end at least. So you have like first time joining, you get like 15 months of subscription for this $12, this much money. Just imagine, just 15 months you are getting all this. What else you want actually for this money, right? Just imagine. Don't value the money here with your benefit. Benefit is always there. There are high benefit is there, right? We are paying. I mean, for example, I'm paying like $80 or something. I can't remember like that because I have given the auto renewal of my membership, so I don't know. I get only the bank statements when it comes to emails. So I just see, oh, I got renewed automatically. So I just see that. So it's, as a student member, you can still see how, right? Uh, uh, right? So you can talk about this plan. So you can just plan. Now it's the end of July, so during this month, just wait for a couple of weeks. August is going. It's just go for 4 weeks, right? So join here, so you can come and end up in 2022 December, right, with the same fee. So we are really lucky to be like that. No one is going to give such time because they encourage the new freshers to be there for a long time, getting a lot of benefits. They feel like when you are joining IEEE, that means you are really want to get something from IEEE. So that's why they give such kind of a life cycle of benefits. So this is the membership development guidelines I received from here. So you can still go here and you can see this PDF is here, or still you can get it from there. Okay, and I just listed out some of these things. You can watch collaborated, and you have TV, books, Spectrum magazine always got into your email, digital delivery. You can learn a lot from this. If you try to read this, it takes, I mean, it's like a research paper. It's like a white paper. You get a lot of things inside. You try to Google, you will learn a lot of behind it, right? So these are like just free things for you with that such big things, right? So even for the digital libraries, for these one only you need to think of something. Sometimes some of these are not accessible, but this, because of this COVID pandemic, data is almost accessible by free. Then you have a lot of things here, right? A lot of discounts for different things and so on. And as I told you, you can join these affinity groups and things also. Even if you just put WI in your basket, I cannot put because I am a gender male. So if you are a woman there, just put the one in engineering. It's just free subscription for you. So you can join WI also in the community by automatically. It's just free. Yeah. So such kind of a lot of benefits you are going to get. I actually, even I just to be honest, I maybe like 20 to 30% only I got benefit because I don't have much time actually. But even I feel like this is even like a help for me. Lot of things are there, right? A lot of things you can do. You can be a one day an expertise to guide the future generation. After 5 years, sometimes you will, sometimes one of you may be delivering the similar speech better than me today on that day. You may deliver a good speech better than myself. Hopefully it may happen for sure. Okay, and by section, in Sri Lanka section, actually there were, as I told you, Sri Lanka section was doing a good job among the community around the thing. So IEEE in headquarters, they gave 2 awards for us in 2018 and 2019, giving this outstanding section membership for us. So it's really wonderful to see there. So this really good. This such awards because we couldn't get 20 because as I told, it's a 20 year bad year. So the growth was really good, and definitely there will be of course I expect 21 will be a good. We will get a good award because you see, I saw the statistics now, showed you the statistics little ago. So you can see that there's a huge number of student members are coming in. And we have an award, even student retention award. I think somebody can, or somebody can tell about that later. So we in annual we evaluate the student chapters who has the best chapter membership award. I'm sure that we are giving one kind of an award at the end of the year for these kind of student chapters who are having a good membership, showing a good stable membership on that particular year. I'm sure it is there. But it is also, we are encouraging local chapters to do that, right? Because if you do that, only we see our Sri Lanka section is growing in the comparing among other parties, right? Okay, moving forward. Thank you all for listening to this one. I just put it here as thank you for your leadership, volunteer leadership. So I hope all of you here, I'm sure that there are like more than 200, 300 participants around here. All of you take as a volunteer leadership. There's nothing called one leader. Everybody take the volunteer leadership. It's talking about only volunteer. So you all take volunteer leadership and making a difference in the society using this good opportunity of joining IEEE and IEEE Sri Lanka, IEEE Sri Lanka section as one of the best societies in this nation. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Professor Vasant Priyan. That was a very informative session. So please accept this digital token of appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Vasant Priyan, once again for sparing your valuable time. So the next segment of Spread the Word is to make you aware of the benefits that you will be entitled to as an IEEE member, as well as how to get the most of it. For this segment, we have two speakers today. First, let me introduce to you Mr. Pasan Pethigoda to talk to you about the volunteering journey of an IEEE member. He's an electromechanical engineer by profession and an IEEE task force member of Input-Output Standard Development in Utility Automation Systems Study Group. He has also served as the regional student representative of IEEE Region 10 for 2 years, as well as the chairman of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. Mr. Pasan, the spotlight is all yours to share your volunteer experience and inspire your own youngsters.
Thank you so much, guys. I really miss talking to you on a ramp face to face, but that's perfectly all right. Just let me know whether you can hear me clearly.
Yes.
All right, that's perfect. Let me share my screen and hopefully you can see this, right? Do you see my screen or not?
Yeah, it's visible.
All right, thank you so much. Let's spread the word. And my topic is going to be volunteering as an IEEE member. What would be the benefits? And I'm going to talk about something relatively unseen by most of the members, because I have volunteered from 2011 in IEEE in Sri Lanka in the Asia Pacific region, and have been in IEEE MGA. But the little bit of experience I would like to share with you, not to tell you where I have been and what I have done, just to tell you what you do in volunteering, whatever you do in volunteering, how that would help you in shaping up your career and doing little things successfully when you work. Unfortunately, the examples I have do come from my background, but I think hopefully all of you will be able to relate to. I won't take much of time. We'll stick to just 10 minutes and finish this off. All right. Who's a volunteer? This is what I understand as a volunteer. And picture taken in 2015. I think Dhammika Marasinghe is there. Dhammika, do you want to make the same noise now virtually? Just as a memory of that good memories in 2015. I wish if I had a patient Sampath also, but nobody's there. Dhammika, you're there, right?
Yeah.
You want to make the same noise here?
Maybe not, because
All right.
people are listening with headphones and all.
All right, way too noisy. That's all right. Thank you, Dhamika. Just wanted to break the ice because, yeah, let's make it interactive as much as possible. Now, this is what we have been doing, being the proud volunteers of Sri Lanka section. Just having fun, right? Yes, but what do we understand by a volunteer? This is one of my favorite slides. A volunteer is a person who freely offers to take part in an enterprise or undertake a task. This is Oxford Dictionary, maybe too complex, but in simple terms, you offer to do something willingly without getting paid, and you assume that as an obligation. That's what volunteering is. All right, now let's get into my story. Keeping it aside, now volunteer is someone who doesn't get paid, right? That's all I want you to have it in your mind. Now, think for a moment, if a lecturer from civil engineering department comes in for an electrical lecture, so it would look like something like this, right? You don't get a single thing. Well, someone doing civil trying to teach you, someone doing civil coming and teaching you civil, whereas you are supposed to learn electrical. Well, that's not your subject. Yes. And I happen to face this problem in a different way. Now we are building in my company, we are building a water treatment plant to provide water to Mullaitivu city. It's close to Nandikada. I know the memories associated to Nandikadal are not that bright and faithful, but yeah, let's have a look at the good side of that. Yeah, we are giving water to Nandikadal and Mullaitivu. And what's a big deal about it? Civil engineering, electrical engineering, and Nandikadal. Yeah, this is the story. Now, during the project, there came to a situation where the civil engineer who was manager left the project. Now I'm supposed to take care of the rest. I have an electrical engineer. I'm sorry, I have an electrical supervisor. I have a mechanical supervisor. Well, no civil supervisor. That's all I have. Now tell me how I'm going to motivate an electrical and a mechanical supervisor to speed up civil work. Well, they don't get a thing about it. They have studied electrical, they have studied mechanical, not civil. But do you think we can do it? I think volunteering taught me how to do that. Well, this is the situation. We started from here. And now we are here, much better. And the work was supervised by 2 electrical and mechanical supervisors. How? When you cannot pay them, right? Obviously, because I am not in a position where I can guarantee them they are going to get more money because they do something else which they don't know, which is new to them. They have to study and do that. No, I can't increase their salary. If you don't give them something more, but if you want them to learn something new and do it, do you think that's possible? Well, volunteering taught that to me. Because in volunteering, if you are the chairman of your own student branch, you get a bunch of girls and boys who are enthusiastic but do not know, maybe they don't have a collective vision. Now you are supposed to be the leader, bring your vision together and make it a collective vision, get everybody into that, go that journey. Now say for example, people, you get people to do graphics, you get people to do comparing, you get people to do food and beverages, and then you do a project. None of them knew that before, and they learn and do that so that you can collectively achieve something. Yes, you can do that when you do volunteering, but you don't pay. Yeah, similar situation where for no salary increment, getting an electrical supervisor and a mechanical supervisor to learn and do civil stuff. How? This was my solution. Let them be proud. Let them learn and be proud that they learn something new. Share the credit with them. If you see this photograph, it's actually our group WhatsApp chat. And whenever they post stating that they have completed something, well, I used to appreciate them. If you don't give the credit, nobody, not just in volunteering, anywhere, nobody's going to put an extra effort to do something new. For you to do that, for you to get people on that, you have to share the credit. You can't get the credit alone. You should not be the person who goes in front of the boss and tell that I did everything. I learned these from volunteering, because when you want to drive a group of students, it's inevitably you are there where you share the credit, you post it on Facebook, appreciate others, empower the team, and you get the job done. And work at ground level, this is also something I learned from volunteering, where when you are there at the ground level working with people, ground level in the sense it's not a rock ground level, it means that when you are working with them with dirty hands, with sweat, and you are tired just like them, they feel that you are not their boss. Instead, you are also a volunteer, but a leader showing them the way. And that helps a lot. For me, when it comes to a job, working with them at the ground level helps a lot, because they do not see me as a boss. Instead, they see me as a person in the team. Who taught me that? Volunteering. So I always avoid bossing. Just be a part of that team. That's what I learned from volunteering. Well, why I'm telling this to you, because I was supposed to talk about benefits. Well, these are the most powerful benefits I got from IEEE. Number 2, crisis management. Well, we did something called SGWC, Student Gold Women in Engineering Congress in Sri Lanka in 2012, with a proud participation of 22 people. This was the first, this is the initiation of Sri Lanka Congress when we were in the university from Moratuwa, and we accommodated foreign guests without any support from the section. Now you can just imagine how to accommodate foreign guests without from the support of the section. And it, as expected, went into a crisis. But finally, I just went to the same page and had a look at the Facebook post I have had that day. It was 7 January 2012, whereas we had it on 6 Jan 2012. And yeah, it has been very successful. How did a project which was supposed to go into a crisis was a successful project? And people have appreciated our hospitality as well. So there should have been something. Yes, we did. We managed the crisis. Well, left-hand side, what did I, what I did in 2012 for IEEE, I identified decent level of hospitality for participants coming from other countries. I prepared a crisis budget. I empowered my treasurer, was Kalpa Valivitigoda, to cut down costs. That guy was really good in that. And then get most critical participants, foreigners, under my supervision, because I did not want anything else, anything related to them to go wrong. Whereas the rest I allocated to my fellow colleagues, and we were successful. Now, looking at what I'm doing today for my company, I understand that I'm doing almost the same thing. Just like I understand the when if there is a contract, if there is a project at a crisis, what I would do, I'd identify the minimum requirement to get the completion certificate for the project. It's like understanding the minimum decent level of the hospitality. I understand the minimum requirement for completion of the project. Just like I prepared the crisis budget that day, today also I prepare a crisis budget, because you can't operate with the normal budget when you are under a crisis. You don't have funds. So you have to have a crisis budget to follow. Number 3, and that day I empowered my treasurer and asked him to cut down costs. Today I empower a project accountant to limit overheads, because direct costs we anyway incur, but there is something called overheads, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with when you have studied at least a module of management accounting. Overheads refer to the indirect costs. So I empower the project accountant that you are empowered from today onwards to cut down overheads. Well, and as it happened in 2012, where I got most critical participants under my supervision, I get most challenging and possible to fail activities under my bucket. So I'm doing the same thing for a construction project, which I learned in 2012 in volunteering. Friends, this is what I learned from volunteering, and this is what I appreciate in volunteering, and this is what I see are the most powerful benefits of grooming yourself to handle. On that day, our budget was maximum it would have been 100,000 in 2012. Honestly, I don't remember, but yeah, that was a possible maximum. Whereas now we do projects close to 1 billion, and yeah, we almost operate on the same grounds, right? All right, that's all from my end. I took 10 minutes and 22 seconds. But if you guys have any questions or clarifications, I'm open for another 2 minutes. If you have time, my email on the right-hand side, pasan@ieee.org. Please feel free to write if you guys need anything from my end. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you today. If you have any questions, yeah, it's time, or else I'd like to hand it over to the host. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
I guess we don't have any questions.
I just, Priyanya, I just to appreciate Prashant, because what I presented in the previously has been validated at this presentation. Thank you. It's a good presentation.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it a lot.
So I guess we don't have any questions, and it's all good, I guess. So thank you so much, Mr. Pasan. That was a very interesting and inspiring session. So please accept this digital token of appreciation.
Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Up next, I would like to invite Mr. Chamika Sudhusingha to provide you with a good run-through of the importance and benefits of IEEE membership and the opportunities ahead of you. He is the current secretary of IEEE Region 10 Student Activities Committee, as well as a member of the IEEE NGA Student Activities Committee. Being a focused and committed person who has been volunteering in IEEE for years, he has also served as the sectional student representative of IEEE Sri Lanka section in the year of 2020. Please welcome Mr. Chamika Sudhusingha on Spotlight.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Can you see my screen?
Not. Oh, yeah, yes. Now we can see.
Yeah, perfect. So first of all, I'd like to thank you all for having me today. So I'll be focusing on IEEE membership benefits in the spread to work. So yeah. So I'm Chamika. So as you have introduced me, I'm an undergraduate in University of Moratu, and I worked in IEEE Sri Lanka section, and I'm currently working in IEEE Region 10 Student Activities Committee and IEEE NGSAC in Membership Retention and Recovery Committee. So before I start, I'd like to ask a question. So do you know who these people are? So you can answer in the chat box. If someone is saying Newton, we don't have Newton here. Yeah, Edison is there, Tesla is there as well. So can you identify all four of them? Yeah, Edison, Tesla, Elon. Who is the third person? You should know. Yeah, that's right. That's Larry. Yeah, great. So thank you very much. So as you all have answered, we have Newton. Sorry, we don't have Newton. We have Thomas Edison, we have Tesla, we have Larry Page, and we have Elon Musk. So what's common to these people? So what's common is all four of them are IEEE members. So when we go to the very beginning of electrical industry, we have Thomas Edison and Tesla. And when we come to the modern era, we have Larry Page, the founder of Google, and Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX. So what I wanted to highlight to you all here is that we have the potential figures who have done something great to the world in IEEE. So you are part of this, the same set of people when you become a member of IEEE. When it comes to IEEE in the global perspective, we have like 10 regions. So out of the 10 regions, 7 of them are for the Northern Americas. And other than that, we have like 3 regions, region 8, region 9, and region 10. So region 8 is regarding Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Region 9 is for Latin America, and region 10, where we all belong, is Asia Pacific region. is the most active region of all the 10 regions in IEEE. So when we come to region 10, where we belong, the Asia Pacific region, we have 59 sections, 1,644 student branches, and more than 55,000 student and graduate student members. And when we come to Sri Lanka, we have 20 student branches, 27 student branch chapters, 11 student branch affinity groups, and more than 1,500 student and graduate student members. So unlike other societies in Sri Lanka, IEEE is like in every province in Sri Lanka. So it's there from Jaffna to Mathura. Yeah. So why you should join IEEE? There are like 3 key reasons I can point out when it comes to why you should be joining IEEE. So the first one is volunteering. And you all know, because Pasanaya gave a really good example about how volunteering helped him to build his career as well. And when it comes to the second point, it's about competitions. The third point is reputation, because you are part of the world's largest technical professional organization. When it comes to volunteering, it's specific for a set of individuals. So let's say student officers like you and student volunteers who are starting their volunteering journey. So when it comes to that, you'll have funds and awards, you'll have travel grants, you'll have the opportunity to network, you'll have experience, you'll be mentored by the senior volunteers, and of course, you'll have resources. When it comes to competitions, it's for the students who are interested in coding, robotics, and product development. So for an example, I think you heard about IEEE Extreme. So it's the world's largest coding competition. And then again, there are like other competitions like Miral Soccer competition. So it's from IEEE Industry Applications Society, where you'll get the opportunity to win the competition for the products that you come up with. Next we have then third point is about reputation. So when it comes to reputation, you'll have the reputation of being part of IEEE for your career as well as for your academic life. Either you are going to the industry or either you are going to follow an academic career, you'll be benefited from being part of IEEE, because you will have the opportunity to get scholarship, fellowships, you will have the opportunity to network with senior members in IEEE who are potentially professors and pros in their fields as well, and you'll be mentored by them as well. For an example, as Professor Vasantapriyan mentioned, there are like tools in IEEE, like IEEE Collaborative, that you can utilize, and then those tools will guide you to the individuals who are performing really well in those specific fields. So Collaborative is a really useful tool that you can use to reach out to the members in specific areas. Then I'll be sharing a small video with you all regarding the global perspective of IEEE students. I think, yeah. Screen.
Hi, my name is Sharina Scott, and I work in University Relations here at the IEEE Operations Center. I support all of our students, our student program, and volunteers out in the field. And I'm excited that you've taken the time to be an IEEE volunteer. We absolutely thank you for your time, and you are absolutely a valuable resource to the organization, your student branch, your section. We have some exciting new tools that we think will help you be an even better leader. As a student branch leader, you have a very valuable resource at your fingertips, your local IEEE section. They are the professional members in industry, they have been student members, and they can really provide you with the large perspective of what the IEEE can offer. You really have an opportunity to work side by side with professionals. They offer opportunities to collaborate with you on an initiative. They can come and host events at your campus. You can look to them to assist you with volunteer opportunities, with support for IEEE Extreme. They can help mentor you with projects and papers.
The students' paper will be published at the IEEE Explore. This is a great benefit for those students who want to publish their paper.
And you can also collaborate on a joint initiative, such as a humanitarian project or a field trip to industry. To find your local section, you will need to use the IEEE rosters. It gives you an opportunity to find them and reach out to them directly. You want to invite them to your activities. You want to show them what you're doing. They really are an invaluable resource.
For young people, IEEE is the best place we can exchange our experience, and at the same time we can get support from our experienced colleagues at the same time. It's perfect.
One of the first things you'll want to do as a student branch leader is report your officers and develop your annual plan. This gives you the opportunity to think about your goals, fundraising, initiatives, events, all of your meetings, and to get your executive team involved. And you absolutely want to include your section leadership. Ask them for support, ask them for guidance, ask them to come to your events.
I'm glad to be here to share a successful model whereby the Boston section and the MIT student branch have collaborated on a conference that have engaged and attract students.
This is a great way to showcase what you're doing and show them what you're all about. You want to tell us who your officers are, so we give them credit for volunteering, and you'll also want to tell us about your meetings, your events, so that your section leadership can see what you're doing and how they might be able to support you. As you think about your planning for the year, you'll want to consider some of our best practices. As a student branch leader, you can get involved in projects, plan or attend conferences, have speakers come to your campus from your local section who can provide professional awareness activities. You can attend section meetings and events. And finally, get involved in competitions and contests such as IEEE Extreme, which is the #1 student competition.
It's a 24 hours programming competition. It's virtually hosted worldwide, and it's for student members and graduate student members.
Also, you can go to the IEEE student website to find out if there's opportunities for you to look for additional funding to support all of these activities and initiatives. Let's continue to advance technology for humanity.
Yeah, so that's just a brief overview about the global perspective of IEEE students. So let's move into the next slide. So when it comes to IEEE, I mentioned you about 3 key areas. One is volunteering, one is competitions, the third one is reputation. So when you consider about all these 3 avenues, what's special about volunteering is that it connects all the 3. So while you are a volunteer, you'll be exposed to the benefits of the other 2 avenues as well. So let's say you are a very good volunteer, you will be able to participate in competitions from IEEE as well. And for an example, you will be more aware of the competitions and the opportunities because you are like connected with IEEE. Then when it comes to reputation of being part of the organization, you will be able to climb the ladder within IEEE and to reach into more positions in levels from student branch level to the global level. So the next point that I want to highlight is that volunteering for IEEE does not end at your graduation. It's not just for 2 or 3 years. You can volunteer for life. So the 2 points that I can point out here is that the earlier you start, the more opportunities you get. So if you are in your first year, it will be the perfect chance for you to start your volunteering journey. And the more you engage, you will be recognized internationally. The third point is that you will be exposed to a diverse set of projects, both to utilize your skills and to learn and refine the skills that you lack. So for an example, there are like more than 10 projects in IEEE Sri Lanka section as well. So you can be part of those projects and to show your skills as well as to learn. Then you will have the opportunity to realize your own project ideas with IEEE funding opportunities. Let's say that there's this COVID-19 issue now, and you think you have the right solution to make the society more aware of how they should live their life these days. And in IEEE provides the opportunities for you to realize those ideas. So potentially it gives you an opportunity to make a difference in your local community. And the last point is the experience you gain from being a volunteer will become a toolkit for you to tackle challenges in your life. I kept it last, not because that does not have significance compared to the above points, but because Pasanaya gave a really good examples and did a really good job explaining to you all about using case studies. So next on, I'll be covering about how volunteers are shaped in IEEE. So as you can see, there are like 4 tiers that we can climb in IEEE. You can start from your student branch level. I think you all are aware of that. And then you can go to the section level, and then to region level, and then to MGA level. I'll explain about that using some of the examples of our student volunteers themselves. So the next level that you can reach from your student branch level is the section level. So the place that you can reach is the sectional student activities committee in IEEE Sri Lanka section. So as you can see, we have 4 different avenues within the student activities committee. We have awards and recognition subcommittee, industry relations subcommittee, membership development subcommittee, public visibility subcommittee. Other than that, we have 4 national projects under that: SYW Congress, Techno Meetup, Innovation Nation Sri Lanka, SL Inspire. And I think you will be explaining more about these projects and stuff in the upcoming events today. So the pinpoint that you can reach in the section level is the section student representative. So it's the person who is responsible for handling all the student related activities in a section. So this is a brief overview about IEEE Sri Lanka section student activities committee and the level that's next from your student branch level. So when you step up to the student branch level, from student branch level to section level, for example, if you consider about myself, I was the section student representative for the year 2020. Then you can reach to the region level. Region means the Asia Pacific region in our case, because that's region 10. So the next level is the region level. So for example, I am the secretary of Student Activities Committee of IEEE Region 10. And also we have Varunika Akka. She is the region student representative. She was part of IEEE SL Inspire in past few years, and she was part of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka, and she was part of IEEE Women in Engineering Sri Lanka as well. So you can climb from the student branch level and then to section level and then to region level. And from the region level, you can go to the MGA level, which is the global level. So we have 3 individuals who achieved the heights of being part of the IEEE Region 10 as well as IEEE Region 3. Pasannaya, Subodaya, Varunika, all 3 of them had the privilege to become the region student representative for an IEEE region. And of course, it's not just about the positions as well. You'll be rewarded and recognized for the activities that you carry out. So these are 2 examples of yeah, I think I dropped.
You did.
Yeah. So which slide actually? It would be really great if you can let me know.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. So We had Subodaya and Yasitaya who got the opportunity to get Larry K. Wilson Student Activities Award, which is for the most outstanding individual in the region. And that was awarded to these two people back in 2017 and 2015. So the question is, are you the next one to achieve these heights? Although you might be in your first year or you might be in your final year, you have the opportunity to volunteer for IEEE and be rewarded for the activities that you carry out. Next is about the projects that we have. So these are like some of the projects that I initiated from IEEE Sri Lanka section. So you have the opportunity to be part of these projects. These are about networking, technical awareness. They focus on entrepreneurship, cutting edge technologies, and of course, empowering higher education in Sri Lanka. So what you have to know is that IEEE does not stop at your student branch level. You can be part of the projects in national level and next up on regional level and global level as well. So here I want to give you a brief idea about like how you can realize your own project idea utilizing IEEE resources. So we had these projects. For an example, if you consider the project Spread the Word, it is also funded from IEEE Region 10. These are like 4 projects that I can point out. So for an example, we had IEEE Boost last year and we are having IEEE Boost this year as well. So IEEE's Region 10 is awarding $400 as a fund to initiate this project. In terms of Spread the Word project as well, it is also being funded from IEEE Region 10. The 2 projects are the interesting ones because they are projects from students like you, and IEEE Region 10 gave funds for those students to initiate these projects and to realize their ideas. So if you have a really good idea about COVID-19 in past 2 years, our students from Sri Lanka were able to win this. So in the next years as well, if you have an idea, IEEE will fund you to realize your idea. And then it's about the activities that you carried out and the awards that you can receive for those activities. So these were some of the activities that were rewarded globally in IEEE. So for an example, IEEE Regional Exemplary Student Branch Award was given to University of Colombo School of Computing. And the Darrell Chong Student Activities Award, which is for the best student activities conducted by student branches. It was awarded to University of Moratuwa in silver category for brainstorm and gum method IEEE, and in bronze category for University of Colombo School of Computing and Sabargama University of Sri Lanka. So these are like the awards and funds that you can get when you're part of IEEE as a student member. And next, I'll be pointing out how student volunteers are shaped in IEEE. There are like action plans for yourself to conduct activities in a student branch level if you are a volunteer. So this is a role description in IEEE for the section student activities committee chair, and they guide you about how you can succeed as a volunteer. Next, we have like the activities that we have to do, like they categorize it from what you have to do in your first 30 days and what are the key administrative items and what are the targets that you should accomplish within a year. So likewise, you will be given a comprehensive guide to succeed your journey as a volunteer, and it will really be helpful for you to plan your activities as well. And there are a lot to learn being part of IEEE as a volunteer. Then we have IEEE brand experience, which will give you the guidelines, templates, tools, resources, and to succeed as a volunteer. For example, the slide set that I'm utilizing is also obtained from IEEE brand experience. Next, it's about the membership development strategies of IEEE. So they have like membership development materials, they have like referral programs, and they have a program called RPM membership. And the most important program for you all is the Future 50 discount. So before 2020, in a year like 2019, the membership fee for IEEE was like $27. But now in 2020, 2021, and I believe in 2022 as well, you just have to pay like $13.5 to get IEEE membership because they're giving the Future 50 discount because of the pandemic and about the situation that's there right now. So it will be a really good advantage for you to get IEEE membership at a discount because you will be getting lots of benefits. So as mentioned by Dr. Mahesh as well as Professor Vasantapriyan, there are like plenty of resources that we'll be getting from IEEE when we get IEEE membership. And then I'm going into the awards that you can get being part of IEEE. When it comes to sectional level, you will get awards for student branches, such as Membership Retention Award, Student Branch Activity Award, Women in Engineering Activity Award, Young Professionals Activity Award, Technical Chapter Activity Award, Industry Collaborative for the Industry Collaborative Project. So every year you'll get the chance to recognize the activities that you have been doing in your student branches. So this will be held in the latter part of the year. So if you are thinking about a project that you can organize to get one of these awards, you still have time. Then we have like regional awards and awards, contests and funds. For example, we have the award for Region 10 Outstanding Student Volunteer. Then we have the award for Region 10 Outstanding Student Branch. And there are like 2 contests that all IEEE student members can participate: the undergraduate project video contest, the undergraduate postgraduate research paper contest, and there are like funding opportunities for proposals related to COVID-19, which was won by University of Peradeniya in the past 2 years. And then we have Member Development and Leadership Training Fund, which is utilized for IEEE Boost. In the global level, we have contests like IEEE Extreme, IEEE Day, IEEE Region Student Branch website competition. So if your student branch does not have a website at the moment, you can target this competition and build a very good website, which will have the potential to win the competition as well. And then we have the student awards, which are Larry K. Wilson's Student Activity Award, IEEE Region League Exemplary Student Branch Award, Terrell Chong Student Activities Award. And apart from that, these days there are like 2 contests initiated. One is from the Industry Engagements Committee, and the other one is for the best practices of the student branch. I think the second one is like the deadline is passed already, and you have the opportunity to apply for the social media competition from the Industry Engagement Committee and win $100 US, having a creative having creative poster. So that's about the contest which are part of IEEE. And apart from that, I'll just briefly give an idea about like what I experienced as a volunteer. So I started volunteering back in 2017, and these are some of the photographs of the events that I was part of. And then I served in 2 of the 4 national projects in IEEE Sri Lanka Section Student Activities Committee. And I got the Richard E. Merwin Scholarship Award from IEEE Computer Society. And I served as the section student representative in IEEE Sri Lanka section last year. So these are like some of the few opportunities that I have mentioned, because I did not mention you about the opportunities provided from the other 39 students societies in IEEE. There are like plenty of opportunities and benefits that you can gain being part of IEEE, and these are some of them. And you can know about them via visiting their websites. So these are like few information about IEEE Sri Lanka section and Sri Lanka section set. You will be able to visit their social media channels and get more information about the competition, contest, and the funding opportunities. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chamika, for that insightful segment. So please accept this digital token of appreciation for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you very much.
With that, we mark the end of that segment. And now we would like to give you some insights on how to utilize vTools and other IEEE resources effectively. To conduct this segment, may I now call upon Mr. Dhammika Marasinghe on Spotlight. He has been volunteering in IEEE for more than 7 years, and he's the Student Activities Chair of IEEE Sri Lanka section for the year 2021. He also serves as the webinar and training coordinator of IEEE Region 10 Young Professionals, and also as the chair-elect of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. Mr. Dhammika, the spotlight is all yours to brief our own members on how to utilize IEEE resources and make the most of it.
Okay. Thank you, Pavani. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Great. Let me share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Great. Can you all take a minute and go to nt.com and go to this website? Let me share a link as well. Or else you can click on this link. Okay, while you go there, today the main focus here with Spread the Word is about sharing some of the information in terms of IEEE, how exactly we operate, what kind of events and all things that we do likewise. And the focus is about the membership retention, what kind of benefits that you can get likewise. Today, I was asked to talk a bit about IEEE different kind of tools that we have. So I'll mainly focusing on the tools that we have to spread the word. Basically, whenever you do something, how exactly you can spread the word. So I'll be mainly focusing on those lines. This again, like previously, most of the members mentioned the presence that we have in all 9 provinces. From 2,500 members that we had last year, about 70% are students. And there's a lot of verticals, as you mentioned other day. And the first question I have for you is about how exactly you get to know about these different kind of events, because as you can see, there are 20 universities and we have young professional 15, WI affiliate group, another 27 societies. So altogether, like there are 80 different kind of organization units under IEEE Sri Lanka section. So how exactly are you getting these different kind of events? So that's the question. Maybe you all can answer whether like you are seeing these events from Facebook or else mainly with WhatsApp, or it can be LinkedIn, or sometimes like a friend might be telling you, and sometimes like you'll be getting different kind of emails, and maybe it's a platform like LinkedIn, and sometimes like it might be just appear into your mind, okay, there's event, I should go, like telepathy. Okay. We have about 30 responses. Let's wait for like about 100 responses if possible. I'm not sure whether that many participants join the board or not. Great. Yeah, so far, like now we can see most of the people, like they get to know about these different events via Facebook, and majority of them through WhatsApp. Let's hope like most of the people like get the notification from WhatsApp, and then they see the same events in some other places as well. And sometimes your branch, maybe even in this case, your branch executive committee might have even like called you, message to ask you, okay, there's this event you should be part of likewise. So we can see the like dynamics we have, and majority so far seems to be winning from the WhatsApp and Facebook. Okay, then we'll see like in terms of IEEE, how exactly we organize these different things. Before going to that, I want another answer from your side about your experience that you have in terms of organizing an event. So let's see like whether actually how many of this from the audience we have today, some of you are like experienced members who are in executive committee, and some of are very new volunteer who haven't even like taken IEEE membership. Okay, can I have 4 more responses before I go to the next slide, or should I just go? Okay, 97. Yeah, I'll just go. Okay, here the question now is, do you have experience organizing an IEEE event? As I asked on the other day, we see like there are people who have organized an IEEE event, and even the people who haven't. I think like even in terms of the audience that we have today, that this is kind of like most expected way, because more of IEEE volunteers, only like a few of us, few of you are IEEE volunteers who are in executive committees, and majority of today crowd are newbies. That means like you want to join IEEE, and the moment you join, you want to also know how exactly you can share this idea, how exactly you can spread the word for these different kind of events. Likewise, so it's a good participation today. We have like a half. And next, like what I'll do is I'll share about the toolkit that we have to spread the word. So I'll go to the next slide, which we have different kind of toolkits to this is spread the word. From IEEE side, we have mainly IEEE V2 events. Sorry, there's a mistake. IEEE V2 events. So V2 events is the main place where we keep track of all different kind of events that we have. So this is the place where you create the event, you report the event to IEEE, and even when you are getting the membership rebates, likewise. So this event participation is must, and even annually, like this is an activity that you should do. I'll show some examples how exactly you can do this. And then we have IEEE V2 e-notices, which we can utilize to share emails to your member base. If you are a student branch, you can send emails to all your members. And we have different kind of Facebook, LinkedIn channels. We have different kind of WhatsApp groups where we communicate these activities, and we have IEEE event calendar from Sri Lanka section side, and there's also a monthly bulletin from Sri Lanka section side where we tell about like upcoming events that are coming next month. And then we also facilitate co-host cross-posting with national projects. So to start off with, like I'll go to vTools event. This exactly is the MGA vTools. As we know, this is like the main tools portal that we have. If you actually see, like there are multiple tools that we have in IEEE, from vTool event, this office reporting, branch reporting, voting, doodles, the event finders, or your analytics. Likewise, there's a lot of tools that we have. But my major focus today is on vTool events. So this, as you can see, like if you go to events.vtools.ieee.org, you can actually see the events that are happening in your area. Like for the moment, I can see there are different events happening, the Peradeniya University, Jaffna, and multiple events in Colombo, like maybe one in NSBM, another in Moratuwa, and a few other in Colombo, which is most like the section events that we host likewise. And what exactly you do when you go to events, if you are a person who's administrating events, you go to the you can go to event report administration part, and here you can like even see, if you go to the search part, you can see like all other events, and you can even view different information. For example, even for this event, we have information page where you can utilize, see all these things. The moment you go to the create a new schedule new event, you'll be asked a few questions. Here the main things that you need to again mention are basically focus on the title, the category. If you actually look at, there are multiple categories that we do events in IEEE. Those are administrative items, administrative events, humanitarian, non-technical, pre-university STEM programs, professional and technical. So when you are reporting an activity, it's must to identify what kind of category that it belongs to, and what kind of subcategory if there's likewise, because then from all the reporting side, for example, at Sri Lanka section, for us, it's really easy to identify all different kind of professional activities that happen in our section. And we can also report this in a much better way likewise. So you fill these basic information like title, start, end date, description. If you need like different kind of headers, footers, those features are also there. And make sure to add the event picture, because that will make the page more appealing. And then you can also add make sure to add the primary host organization. If you are a student branch, you might be getting your student branch here, or else if you are a affinity group or technical society, you might be getting such. So if you are doing this as a collaborative event, make sure to add additional host as well, because this is another feature that you have in vTools. In such a case, both of these entities will be reported, and you will get benefits even when we are doing different kind of rebates like quiz activities. And you can mention the virtual or physical locations. And then if there are registration link, there are two ways actually. You can do the registration on the IEEE vTools itself, or else you can do it via an external form. Can be like Google form or Jot form likewise. The payment actually is not utilized so much, but if required, we can utilize, but not for this purpose. You can actually define speakers. This is actually not mandatory because there's a limitation for 2, but in that case, I won't be going for that segment. So the moment you actually create this event, what will happen is all of these events will have a landing page which with the images, the description that you add, the registration link, the agenda, or whatever the other information that you fill in. This again is a proper way that you actually must do when you are doing an event, because in that way it's very well reported. And once you actually are done with the event, there's another part that you need to do. You go to this manage event. And if you are done with the event, then you need to make sure once you are done with the event to proceed to the event reporting, where we actually mention how many student members and how many IEEE members and non-IEEE members are there. There's another feature that you can actually utilize the same to start e-notice. So you can create a e-notice from event. In that case, it will actually generate some information from the event and create an e-notice automatically, where you can next define your member base in terms of who you want to send this likewise. So basically it will go as whatever the subject that you did in the event, and you can select your audience. You can select from which email that you are sending, and you can also define a reply to email, and you can change the content if required. Otherwise, it will get all these details from the event information that you fill. And this you can send it as an email to all the members in your student branch, which is a quite easy way. So make sure you are actually doing this process, because it's a quite easy way for you to report your event. Otherwise, what will happen is most of the people when they are at the place where you need to give the membership rebate, or else when you are doing the annual activity reporting, or else when you actually apply for award. Those are the places most people try to create this event. Don't do that. What the best option is, create the event, send an e-notice, so that it's really marked in official ways. And there are different other ways you actually can utilize these things. For example, there's event API, and if you are utilizing this API, the moment you add an event to this website, you can show these events in your student branch website. Or else if you are not using event API, because if you want to if you are integrating a events API, there are a few coding that you have to do. In that case, you can utilize legacy feed that we have. So this legacy feed, what will have is, for example, if it's a Sri Lanka section feed, if you add this feed to a RSS reader, or else even there are some other Google Calendar XML based runs. you can add these and you can actually see these from your RSS reader or XML when you are integrating this to a website. Some examples that you can actually see these are on IEEE Collaborative. For example, like all the events that you add there will show in IEEE Collaborative. This is one place that we have. Those things will again appear on IEEE app if you are using the IEEE mobile application, or else even in some other places IEEE's other integrated platforms. And then as we all show, there's another few steps that you need to do, because most of the people get to know about this event through Facebook and WhatsApp, as it seems in the previous example. So one of the easiest way, most of you are just posting your flyer. So when we are actually posting this flyer, another option that you can do is you can actually create an event in your Facebook page. The benefit here is rather than going through all the photos or post, because if a person is coming to a page, they have to go through all these different kind of posts, the newsletters, the different kind of things that we would post on these things. Instead, they can just go to event, and if they are really interested, then they can even mark as interested likewise. So make sure you create an event, because in that way, there's another traction that you can get. These people will get notifications the moment they got join to event. For example, you will see them in your upcoming events likewise. So make sure you do that as well. And the other option that I mentioned, we have multiple projects. Chamika showed on the other place different kind of options that we have in Sri Lanka, and now we are offering the co-hosting or cross-posting in these pages as well. In such a case, make sure to edit the settings in a way that you actually provide co-host to whatever the page that you required. For example, if you are if you need Techno as a co-host, then make sure to create this Techno. Then what the Techno team will do is, if it's a technical event, then they'll share your event, and if you are doing a live stream likewise, they'll also promote you. And this again is a way that we try to help from Sri Lanka section side to promote your event to a better audience. And then don't just from Facebook, there are other places, like even if it's LinkedIn, there are places that you can do the same. So get the best of all these platforms, because the moment you utilize these, you can add the speakers, you can ask them to promote the event themselves likewise. And then the other than that, the options that we have is in Sri Lanka section also, we are showing this event calendar. So as you can see, even today we have 3 events happening other than the main event. From SLIIT, they are doing a path to internship event. From NSBM, there's another CV writing workshop. And next week, there's a Techno meetup event for human interfacing. Likewise, you can see these same thing in the website as well. How you actually get information to this website? By filling the our event submission form. This again will be shared with all the, most of the executive committee members. They know they have the links to event submission. And make sure the moment you actually decide on the date to submit an event here as well, because then what we can do is we can actually identify that event and then report. Otherwise, make sure to report the same on vTools. If you are doing it in vTools, you actually don't need to do this, because the moment you submit it to the vTools, we can get the information from vTools. And what will happen is the moment you are done, we'll also add in this event to the event calendar that we have. Likewise, you can see multiple events happening from Sri Lanka section from different stakeholders. This again is a calendar that you can even add to your mobile phone, so you can easily get to know about different kind of activities that happen from Sri Lanka section, and you can join those. And these are the simple tools that are quite easy for you to utilize. not all of them are from IEEE, but it's a way that we from IEEE can utilize these different kind of things. Since we are also on calendar, another note that I want to make is, if you have the audience, if you are getting the registrations, make sure to like create a Google Calendar event and invite them all with the invitation link, because it will make their life easier. You know, like most of your phones now have the calendar application, and the moment you are invited, you actually like get a kind of notification saying this event will happen in 10 minutes. Likewise, based on the notification period that you mentioned. So do that as well. So those are the actual like what I wanted to share today. And I'll go back to my slide just to share some of the like national level initiatives that we have. If you are doing any kind of event in this segment, for example, like if you are doing a career guidance event or education related event, just make Stud Pro or SL Inspire co-host, and they'll like also share the event. And if you are doing like entrepreneurship related event, Innovation Nation Sri Lanka is a place. If you are doing like any kind of membership or leadership development activity, let us know. Like the Congress pages, likewise will be shared. If you are doing like AI driven focused event, then like we'll be able to share those events with AI driven. If you are doing a technical event focused on different kind of technology, the Detector Meetup team can help you likewise. So get the best of these platforms that we have in all these different platforms. And the two I didn't show in the presentation in like the live walkthrough are the student activities WhatsApp. This again is a group where we have all the student branch chairs, affinity group chairs, as well as the chairs from all the technical societies. And what they'll do is, whenever there's event happening from their student branch, their OU, they'll share these events with us. And what will happen is then all of the members, they can forward it to their own WhatsApp group likewise. So we already got the response in terms of where we actually have more audience. So make sure like you utilize these WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups and other places in the best way to get the best out of your event flow. Thank you. That's what I want to share today to spread the word in IEEE Sri Lanka section.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dhammika, for that informative and interactive session. And thank you for sparing your time with us. So please accept this digital token of appreciation.
Thanks.
Up next, we have another interesting segment, that is, let's organize an event. This segment will be conducted in parallel in 3 languages and will cover the fundamental strategies on how to organize an event, from choosing a project to executing it through a successful marketing campaign. Without further ado, let me introduce to you the speakers for this segment. To conduct the session in Sinhala language, we have Mr. Manodya Nabirawewa and Mr. Cheryl Nilanka. Mr. Manodya Nabirawewa is the chairman of IEEE Innovation Nation Sri Lanka and also the Deputy Minister of Arts, Culture, Mass Media and Science Technology Innovations at Youth Parliament Sri Lanka. He is also the founding chairman of IEEE Industrial Electronic Society of SLTC, which is the first Industrial Electronic Society student branch chapter in Sri Lanka. Now let me introduce to you Mr. Cheryl Nilanka. He is the co-chair of IEEE Sri Lanka section, Student, Young Professionals, and Women in Engineering Congress 2021. He has also been volunteering in IEEE for almost 3 years now on various national projects, as well as at the student branch level. Next up, we have Mr. Mithushan Jalangan and Mr. Thivyan Karuneswaram to conduct the session in Tamil language. Mr. Mithushan Jalangan is a member of IEEE Entrepreneurship Leadership Committee and has also served as the Industry Relations Chair of the Students' Activities Committee representing the IEEE Sri Lanka section. And also, he was the chairperson of IEEE Innovation Nation Sri Lanka in the year of 2019. Mr. Thipian Karuneswaram is a brand ambassador at IEEE and has served as the lead of the public relations team at IEEE Innovation Nation Sri Lanka in the year 2020. He is also the Vice President of IEEE Student Branch of Informatics Institute of Technology. Finally, Mr. Vidura Dhananjaya will be conducting the session in English language. He currently serves as the SAC Membership Development Subcommittee Chair and also a committee member of IEEE Young Professionals Sri Lanka. And he's the immediate past chair of IEEE Innovation Nation Sri Lanka, as well as the immediate past chairperson of IEEE Student Branch of General Sir John Kotalawala Defence University. Please welcome our speakers for this segment with a virtual round of applause. And this announcement is for all the participants. Please make sure to join the main meeting room again once the speakers have concluded their sessions. With that being said, the breakout rooms are now available, and may I now invite all the speakers to join the relevant breakout rooms. And participants, please feel free to join one of the 3 breakout rooms based on your language preference. The segment starts in a few minutes in each breakout room. Guys, please join one of the breakout rooms as the sessions are about to start.
We can see few more people in the main room. It'll be great if you can join the session. Otherwise, we'll push you to English segment, assuming that you all are familiar with it.